And joining us more for the Hong Kong protests is Fred Teng. He is in New York and just returned from Hong Kong a few hours ago where he witnessed the protests. What did you see and experience?
Well, I arrived in Hong Kong Monday evening, and it took me a long time for my taxi to get into my hotel. By Tuesday, I witnessed the police removal of the barriers. It was very peaceful, very orderly. First, the police asked the people to leave, and then they have to remove the barrier. There are sledgehammers and chainsaws being used because the protesters were using cement to build walls on the major highway. I think most of the Hong Kong people are very glad to see the major highways are being opened. There's still a lot of major roads are being blocked right now. When I left Wednesday morning, my ride to the airport station, the train station, it was very smooth. I would say that, the situation's improving, but there are still spots that's still very troubling.
Well, and the latest news out of Hong Kong with the last report we had, the police, some police officers were accused of hitting a protester. What do you make of that?
Well, I think that individual cases, whether a police have used excessive force or not, the Hong Kong Police Department will do investigation on it. They already reassigned those officers in question to other jobs, so they were not handling those jobs, and that's to be investigated. I also want to say that whenever there's a demonstration anywhere in the world, when 99% of the people, when those are the peaceful ones, when they left, the 1% left are usually more hard-headed, they are more hardline, and they're more militant. So it will be extremely hard for the police to deal with those people.
Business magnate Li Ka-shing called on protesters to go home on Wednesday. What is your take on that?
Yes, a lot of business leaders, including Mr. Li Ka-shing, Mr. Peter Wu, and many others, have called on that. But I also want to say it's not just the business leaders. It's the grandmothers, it's the mothers, it's the teachers, it's the elderly men, as you've seen on the TV. They have nailed down, they have asked the students to leave. The question is never about the protest, about debating this issue. The question is they should not be blocking the major roadways so that people can go on their normal life. I have talked to some taxi drivers and restaurant workers. Their income has been impacted 50% or more.
Wow. Do you think we could see talks between protesters and the Hong Kong government rescheduled? We did hear that the Hong Kong government is willing to meet. So what needs to happen to bring the other side to the table? Where do you see this going?
The Hong Kong government is always willing to meet with the protester or any other people concerning about the universal suffrage that's coming up. That's why they have the consultation period, and they will want to go to all the areas. The students are one of the constituency, but they're not all of the constituency. And I also talked to the Hong Kong government. The chief executive and Hong Kong government and the Hong Kong police is committed to use the minimum amount of force to resolve this matter. And I think as a result, it will take a little bit more time.
All right. Fred Teng, thank you so much for your perspective. We appreciate your time from New York.